Hey, what's up, guys? You got PKS Young Lottery here, and today we're gonna be going over the Week 8 highlights for Bear vs. Bull Pokemon Draft League. First replay we're gonna be watching is mine because I fucking won. All right, and my busty ass girlfriend's gonna be playing Poco P in the background while we watch me win. All right. No, I actually picked it because I thought it was like a pretty what's the word? It was like a chaotic matchup to like manage like during prep. And it forced me to build outside my comfort zone is the real reason. So let's start off with the breakdown team preview. He's got the Araquanid and the I didn't prep for the Dragalge actually, but he's got the Araquanid, which I prepped for like sticky webs, mirror coat, but also choice band sets. And then I knew these three in the center were definitely coming just because they're fucking pieces of shit that can all snowball wins relatively easily. And that aside, they just all had like very good offensive typing into me. And then the Mamo I also kind of thought was coming. This 6 is basically what I expected outside of this dragon. But yeah, from my point of view, Rotom is like super strong. It didn't end up doing what I anticipated it to do. You'll see what I mean, but yeah, Rotom's really good in this team from a defensive and offensive point of view. It's 1 point faster than Mamoswine, which is crazy. It's like the perfect counter for this thing. Although, something to note is this thing does get Trailblaze now, so something to look out for. Scizor, just because Priority Bullet Punch is relatively nice for like a late game cleaning type of situation. Not so good into Ceruledge, but other than that, it's not bad. Also resisted by Gara. Iron Val. So Iron Val is weird here because like its job typically, not always, but typically is to be like a late game cleaner type. But this thing, the Iron Boulder, is faster. Also threatens it with Stab Psychic, which is fucking annoying as shit. And then Dragapult, I felt like this Pokemon could have went so many different directions, like Specs or DD. I don't end up going with either of those. It doesn't really come much into play, but yeah. Muck I brought mostly for Coco, because he did have the option to bring Coco, and then Gliscor just because it's like outside of the Gara and the Mamo, it's pretty nice into him. Well, I guess in this, but yeah. I don't know. It felt like a very like fast-paced type of like I knew he was gonna be trying to put the pressure on basically, and I at first was thinking maybe I can like outgun him, but I didn't end up building that way. No, instead I ended up going with a Discharge Rotom, and the reason I went with this is because I was expecting Electric Terrain from his Coco. I end up defogging as he goes for Mirror Coat on turn 2. I don't want to lose a bunch of health on my Rotom right away, so I just throw off a couple of Hydro Pumps. Because, like I said, this thing is like really good into him. It's good into Ledge, it's good into Mamo, it's good into Iron Boulder, it's like good into Gara. Really, really good Pokemon into him. I go hard Gliscor and I get crit on the Sludge Bomb, which is fine. And then on this turn, I thought about Toxicking there, anticipating the switch, but like I lost my balls and I just didn't do it, and I protected instead. But I do Toxic on the turn that he DDs, and then this is where it gets like really chaotic, like scrambly. Like yeah, I can protect once, but trying to preserve everything is just not realistic. Like I go Scizor, and the reason I went Scizor is because it's Rocky Helmet. I was hoping he would like Waterfall or something into me. This Rotom is Ability Shield. I should have just if I knew he was gonna click DD there, I would have just not DD EQ. I would have just went Rotom. But yeah, eventually he gets the turn completely correct as I try to go into Dragapult to resist the water move, and he crunches it. So all right, another scrambly type of turn, right? So I know that he knows that he can like Psychic move and fuck me up here. But the thing is I've watched this guy's replays, Zach's replays. He loves to just like pressure things out and then either SD or sub. So I kind of figured he'd do one of those two things. I was wrong, but I was right at the same time. He ends up pulling an offensive double into Saralej, so he did leverage the pressure he had on me, probably anticipating like, God, I don't even know what to come out, but maybe Rotom, or I don't know, maybe Gliscor, but that doesn't even make sense actually. I don't know what he was trying to pull here, to be completely honest, but he pulls a double anyway. As I CC, I SD on the Saralej, because I have Shadow Sneak on this Valiant, and on this turn, it ends up being revealed that this Saralej doesn't have Shadow Sneak. I ended up staying in, risking, being willing to risk sacking this thing, simply because if I got that turn wrong and he Bitter Blades, like as I go like Muck or something, I probably just lose the game right there. So I go hard Gliscor on this, mostly because I don't think this thing can touch Gliscor, and also the Valve still has value into the Mammo for like CC. It has value into the Boulder to like Shadow Sneak, and then that will put it in range of like a Bullet Punch from Scizor. So I do preserve it on that turn, even though I played risky with it a few turns prior. I go hard Muck on Spider and get crit, which sucks, but it was a 2-ko anyway, so I don't think it really matters too much. I should have P-jabbed. I forgot this thing's item got like knocked off or eaten or whatever. This is what I'm talking about. I just stay in a Shadow Sneak just because I want this in range of Bullet Punch. And this is also what I mentioned earlier. I figured something like this would come. He finally does just click the Psychic move into me though, as I'm able to go into Scizor and finish the game off with a Bullet Punch, well, a series of Bullet Punches. I don't know why he Ice Sharded, but yeah, so actually that could have been dicey. Like if he went Mammo and clicked like EQ or something instead, and I die, then I have to hit Pump with Rotom, otherwise I'm pretty fucked. Yeah, so that could have gone kind of bad, but it is what it is. Bullet Punch cleans up. W for me, yay. Week 8 match done, and then we're gonna go watch Jared's match. This actually, I helped him prep for this match, and I'm trying to remember. We didn't bring Regieleki at all. I didn't think Regieleki was like particularly great into Jared, but Nathaniel ended up bringing it anyways. So let's see, how can we break this? I mean, it's Sun from his perspective. It's Ninetales with the Walking Wake and the Screamtail, very threatening Weather Core, and then you've got the Urshifu Single Strike, which if you look at the spreadsheet, there isn't anything that switches into like Choice Banded Wicked Blow and lives 2. I don't think, like, there's not much on the spreadsheet that can do that. So this is one of those Pokemon that's like, in theory, just unwallable, broken. It's just slow enough to the point where a lot of offensive checks can counter it though. So I wouldn't say it's like completely busted, but it's pretty close to being completely busted. And then Mega Pinsir, I mean, I don't need to talk about that. We all know what that does. SDs, clicks 3 attacks, has priority. Ability makes it stab. Weak to rocks. Yeah. Jared's team, I think his team is literally the best team in the draft at this point. Because he picked up Alamola and, well, I mean, this is Choice Band Hoopa, but any kind of Hoopa is threatening. But Flip Turn, like this thing, nothing one-shots this thing, right, in the entire game. And it's also just slow, so you get a Flip Turn into the Hoopa, which breaks everything. Like, it's similar to Urshifu, right? Like a banded hyperspace, like there's not much that we're just going to be able to switch into that. So like, this combo is so fucking deadly. And then you've got Iron Val and Dragapult. And then the thing that Hoopa hates, which is like U-turn in general, you've got Quill with Intimidate and potentially a Rocky Helmet. Like, this team is so fucking busted. And Mammo, like it's just got such a good like offensive breaking ability mixed with like setup potential and like a good enough defensive core to just really be a problem for like anything. I feel like this team is so busted. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and dive into this. Yeah, so like he leads with the aloe. He protects, expecting, I guess, to scout for solar beam. But even this isn't even gonna. Yeah, he should have just mirror. If he mirror coded turn 1, that Ninetales was dead, weather gone. And look at that. Like, it doesn't give a shit. Like, it just doesn't care. It's the most non-interactive Pokemon ever. Going Quill on Ninetales. I don't know. I think maybe could have went to something else, like faster, but that's okay. It's worked out. Yeah, Reggie, like, this thing without Terra, it can't really touch Mamo unless it clicks Explosion, which at that point you're sacking it just to hit Mamo. This thing comes out. This is a fucking mega threat. He goes back into Aloe to scout damage. I don't know if that's Specs or not because I don't remember what kind of Aloe this is. But either way. Okay, so he goes... I'm not sure if that's Specs. I feel like that's not Specs because he's got a special attack boost. And I think it would do more. I think it would do more to pull even though it's resisted, but whatever. Okay, so he Wish protects up the Aloe as the Screamtail sets a light screen. And then we're going to see probably just a flip turn out, right? Into Overcool again to click probably a poison move considering there's no steel in the back. It makes sense. He goes hard Regieleki on the Barrage and does get poisoned. Manages to survive on 2, and then what? Electro Balls for no gain and then dies. Okay. So it's Poison Point, obviously. Didn't see Intimidate proc. He hard switches into this. And then goes Pinsir to probably try and just like set up. Oh no, what? He clicks Rocks. Okay. Okay. Well, he gets the proc on that. And then, I mean, this game's obviously over. He gets another proc here after the Rocky Helmet. I remember that. But yeah. It was a tough game for Nathaniel. I did help Jared prep for this like a little bit before the battle happened, and that Overquill was like a last minute thing. It ended up paying off a lot. But yeah, good shit to Jared. Okay, this game is Adam versus Anders. I just picked this game because Anders has been having like a tough season, and I thought he played this relatively well. And I wanted to give him, some shout outs here. So, breaking this down is fucking strange. Because I don't know what to make of, I don't really know what to make of this team here. And, okay, let's see here. So, usually when you see this spider, the electric spider, you think like, oh, okay, sticky web, and then get a hit off or a T-wave off or something. And then you bully the opponent with the Ursaluna Blood Moon, which just hits like a truck, but is slow and bulky. So that pairing makes sense. The Annihilate, again, like middling speed tier, but hits hard. Kartana benefits a lot from webs. As do Togekiss. Cinderace is pretty fast. Doesn't really need it, but yeah. So like this team makes a little bit more sense to me. This team, it's just so out there. Like he's got like the Enamorus and the Iron Treads, which is a pretty good pairing, and then the Ceruledge, which can just snowball wins as well. Palafin, either Choice Band or Bulk Up, and then yeah, I think the reason it was throwing me so much is because like this thing and this thing, like they both want a terrain, like this for unburden and this for its ability, but I don't see a terrain setter. Same with this actually. So that was kind of just throwing me off a little bit. It just looks like a little bit strange. But it doesn't look like a bad team. It's just like it looked like something was missing, and that's what it is. I pinpointed it. So let's go ahead and dive into this one here. He leads with the Iron Jugulus. Damn, does 1,000,000% with Air Slash into the Nile. If he switches out, probably because, I mean, we've seen Anders run Rest before. He probably thinks he can get it back later. Roost back up. As he just keeps plugging away. Gets a crit on the Dazzling Gleam, which I don't know if that matters or not, but I mean, you flinched the ape, right? I think so. Didn't he? Yeah, he flinched the ape, so I guess like that's fair. Okay, so he switches out the Togue on the Iron Treads, and then goes Enam, predicting the ground move, which makes sense. Okay, so that crit probably fucking mattered. Like, even if that's specs, that probably mattered just because of how naturally bulky that thing is. I don't know the calc off the top of my head, but I feel like that crit mattered a lot. He sets webs, then goes hard ape to spin block. Ape just ends up dying there, though. And then he goes Cinderace to click Pyro Ball, which does KO the Treads. A little bit surprised to KO the Treads. Just because, like, that thing has, like, crazy natural bulk. U-turns out on the Sarah activates the weak armor and goes into the spider as it SDs. Bitterblade to bring it down to Sash, and then what does he click? Thunder, hoping for a para. Gets the para. And then hard swaps back to Cinderace on the Bitterblade. Okay. I don't know. Did he say... He probably just saved the bug because it hits Enam and Palafin pretty hard. But the thing with Palafin is most likely has Jet Punch anyway, but I understand wanting to keep it. Goes Kartana to click Smart Strike. Obviously he's going to one-shot the Enamorous. I think that Enam probably was Specs. Because it definitely wasn't Scarf, because the Kartana outsped. Unless this Kartana is also Scarf. But I don't think so. Yeah, and then he just clicks Drain Punch. He actually never got the Palafin Hero activated in this game. I don't know how much it would have mattered here at the end, though. Actually, I don't know. He might have... if this was Big Palafin, it might have went different. If this is locked into Smart Strike, I'm not sure. But yeah, either way, Anders pulled it out. Good shit to him. That concludes the Week 8 Bear vs. Bull highlights. We'll be back with more games next week. Later.